Hello, I'm Russell Lockhart, and welcome to Real Perspective. Today we have two movies that are coming out this weekend. One of them that's already been out for about a week. It's a holiday special. So we've got Trolls Band Together, we've got Next Goal Wins, and then we have Journey to Bethlehem. So we're going to talk about those three movies today. The very first one we're going to talk about is Trolls Band Together.
So what is a troll?
A troll is a little bitty little like a nymph type of thing.
Yeah.
Fuzzy
Are
hair.
they like those little, well, we used to have those little like,
With the hair that
with the hell
yeah.
that hair on them.
Yeah, I think that's where they started. I think that's where it
cool.
started. Yeah,
Oh, they're cool, but now we got a movie on.
we got several movies.
Several
out.
movies
Yeah,
on trolls.
this is the latest.
All right, we have a trailer for you. Watch it right now, and we'll get right back to you.
We're gonna make boy band history tonight.
Bro, you're making Baby Branch nervous.
I feel like I'm gonna barf and pass out and...
Pee your pants all at once?
How'd you know?
You suck! My exquisitely chiseled rock-hard abs and I quit.
Branch, we're out of sync. We've gone from boys to men, and now there's only one direction for us to go. The back streets.
Bye. See you later.
Branch,
What? Oh, hey.
are you alright? You're smiling and crying at the same time. It kind of looks like it's hurting your face.
It does hurt my face.
Baby Branch! I'm John Dory, Branch's brother.
What?
Ow! Former brother.
Grandma, corn me, Dingle.
It's hard to say I'm sorry.
A brother is a friend who can never leave you. It's the strongest bond in the world. I would kill to have a sibling to sing with. Check out your old outfits. Puffy jacket, puka shell necklaces, denim tuxedo. Did you have frosted tips? Ah! Look at you. You were so cute. I love it.
It was an era.
Tragic. Branch, our brother is being held captive in a diamond prison.
And there's only one thing that's powerful enough to shatter Diamond.
The perfect family harmony. Should we be letting a baby drive? I have procured my learner's permit.
Who's a Dulcie McMahon face?
The better question is, are you a narc? Who goes there?
We're here looking for our brother.
Oh my gosh, hello! My name is Viva! It is so fantastic, amazing to see other trolls!
Did you just braid my hair?
You're welcome, it looks so good.
I love it.
Is your dad King Peppy?
Yeah?
Poppy, I'm your sister.
My what?
Hey man, am I the only one without a long-lost sibling?
This is your second chance with your brothers, Branch.
It'd be maybe a smaller diaper.
If this diaper was any smaller, I could taste it.
I know you think it's risky, and maybe it is, but it'll be worth it. Family's always worth it.
You're all I ever wanted.
I can't believe this is really happening!
All I ever needed.
We still got it.
Looks like your band-aids aren't behind you.
Just let me take you to a better place. I'm gonna make it kiss the sky tonight.
Okay. Well, that's fun.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay, so this movie, there's another movie that came out a few years ago. This one is called Band Together. It's a take on boy bands. So the very beginning, you see the trolls, like they're all out there. They're doing the NSYNC type of thing. They're dancing, they're singing, they're doing the bye bye bye, all of that stuff, and then they break up. So then it takes up years later because they had a little baby at that time that was singing with them, and so years later, and all the brothers have scattered, and the baby has grown up. So they get back together and start performing again. And there's a bad person, so like an evil person that has captured one of the brothers, and the only way they can save him is to all commit that perfect harmony that they've never been able to come up with. So that's kind of where it is, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's got Anna Kendrick. It's got Zoe Deschanel, which I'm just a huge fan of both of them.
Yeah.
But Zoe is just so awesome. Justin Timberlake, so they get the boy band guy there. And then it's Kenan Thompson, which is from Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
And he's hilarious. He's so much fun. So those are the main characters. main actors, voice actors. This is a really good movie. It's wholesome. It's fun. They have a couple of jokes that are adult, but fly over the kids' heads. And I remember growing up watching Bugs Bunny and all that. Didn't get the jokes at that point until later when I was older or an adult.
Yeah.
I'm going, wow, they said that, and we never knew. It does the same way. It's the same. Of course, I know kids are a little bit more savvy nowadays. They know a little bit more than what we did when we were younger. But I still think that a lot of the jokes that are adult jokes are going to fly over their heads. This is really good for little bitty kids. Now, I was confident in it enough that I took my 4-year-old grandson.
Okay.
And so we took him. He had a blast. He was dancing. He was fun. He was laughing.
So there's music in this thing.
Oh,
There's a lot of
it's
music?
chock full of music,
Oh,
which is
that's
so
good
awesome.
stuff.
And old music. So it's really
Yes.
cool. They do a lot of puns in there, which, man, for me, that is like heaven. I love puns. So, it's like even just like at the very beginning when they're all talking about what kind of band they're going to be, and they're going, well, we need to be in sync. And, just with our singing. So they cut all the boy bands in the little song, or the little names of the boy bands in there, in their puns. So anyway, it's fun. It's PG. It is just a good movie for kids. I found myself loving it and tapping in the music and almost singing, but not quite singing yet. Try not singing in the theater. But it is just a lot of fun. It's straightforward, it's got a great message about family. And so it's just one of those things that just when you walk out of the theater, you're very happy. You're either singing or you just have this great feeling that inside of you.
So this movie lifted you up.
Absolutely.
It's not going to get depression during the holidays.
No, and there's really, just like all really good kid movies, like you always think about Disney movies in the old days, all the good Disney movies where you have something tragic, and they get you that emotional there, and then as they go, then they teach you this lesson, and that's what this does. It does it better than any Disney movie has in a long time.
So this is not a Disney
It's
movie?
not a Disney movie.
Okay.
Not a Disney movie.
Not a Disney. Well, it's amazing. I think we talked about another movie that wasn't not Disney, and it was still really good for the kids. And, well, I tell you what, when Disney, they want to go woke, they're going to go broke.
Absolutely.
And, but okay, so this movie, let me throw out a couple of questions to you about this. Number one, were there, and did we have any gay characters or any of that?
No.
Deal with any of that stuff?
No. They have rainbow stuff, but that's the trolls. That's
Well,
always
the
been
trolls
that.
have always
It's
been
not a big
rainbow.
deal. Yeah. So nothing in your face, nothing, no messages there, no hidden agendas, none of that.
Okay.
None of that.
Witchcraft, demonic stuff?
Nope.
Yeah, so some of these are like magical.
I mean,
but
they do have magic stuff, but it's because it's still trolls.
Yeah, but they're not
Magic.
sacrificing.
They're not sacrificing.
Okay.
No, they're not going in there and burning an altar to the altar or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's very wholesome. It is very wholesome.
Cool. Colorful, I bet. I bet they had this a lot.
It's very beautiful to watch. It is a lot of colors and a lot of just eye candy. So that's cool.
Okay.
Lot of stuff like that. That's really good. No cussing at all. Not even minor.
No, it's a
just
PG.
really
Why
nice.
wouldn't it have been a G? What do you think?
It could have been like a little bit scary for some because there is some
scary parts.
Yeah, because it's these two singers that brother and sister that are capturing this poor troll, and they're taking his singing energy out of him, so they can get it themselves.
Okay.
So yeah, but that's probably it's more probably like cinematic fright stuff
and
like
this
that.
is children's fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not, and they're not trying. You don't see an agenda being pushed
No,
through here.
and again, there's a couple of jokes in there that I think are going to fly with the kids' head. That may also be part of why it's PG. Yeah,
Is it PG or?
I think it's PG.
Man, do you remember the days when they used to have GP?
Oh man, I remember G. I don't remember GP, but I remember G.
I thought it was GP. I don't know what. Maybe I was on another planet visiting, but
It's a Mandela effect.
well, the Mandela. Well, you know what? In Christendom, I mean, you had good lessons here about family, you
Yeah.
said, which is this is really good because in today's society we have everything trying to pull the family apart.
Exactly, and that's what I thought about the whole time that I was watching it, going, this is such a cool lesson, because at the very beginning, all the brothers are going, I don't want to work together anymore, and they all go their separate ways.
Yeah.
And that's that one
The
thing.
boy band splits up.
Yeah.
Has that ever happened? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and again, it's all about family, because baby, whatever his name, I can't remember his name now. The baby that used to be the baby is an adult now.
Mm-hmm.
His girlfriend's going, but they're family. But they're family. You need to
Yeah.
work with them. So it's one of those things that really kind of strive to show you the importance of family, and not just family that you have genetically, but family as friends and all of that. So I think it does a lot of different ways of telling that story
Okay.
and doing that lesson. So I think that's good. So I highly recommend this.
Okay.
If you have kids, the little ones are going to like it more than like 9, 10 years old. They probably won't like it. They're not going to think it's cool.
Okay.
But those little bitties, they're going to eat this up. They're going to love it.
Like My Little Pony. No.
Yeah. Well, see, my grandson's 4, and
He's 4. He went to work
and
on that.
he
Yeah.
absolutely loved it.
Okay.
And it was really cool. He got it was me and his grandmother, his granny. We took him, and they have, sometimes at Sneaks that we do these. They have little gifts, and they have these little friendship bracelets.
Sure.
And so we got one for him, and then we had one for one of us took one, and we gave it to our daughter, who they now got matching friendship bracelets. And he thought that was like the best thing in the world. So it was just awesome.
That's
It was
awesome.
really cool.
You
So
know-
yeah, I would highly recommend this movie.
It is wonderful when we allow our children to enjoy their childhood.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, there's things out there right now that's going to be there for them later when they get older.
Yeah.
They're going to have to face that. We don't need to have those things right now. And I can't stress that enough. We don't want our kids to grow up too fast.
Yeah, well, and like I said, we in our society, we see in the schools where many people right now are fighting the curriculum, what they're trying to teach the children at little ages.
Yep.
And this type of thing. Let the kids be kids.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. Now, I was going to address trolls just for a little sidewinder here. Because we have, looking at the time here. But anyway, when I was growing up, I was a young Christian. There was a lot of people in the church and this type of thing that would like to vilify certain things that from children's programs.
Yeah.
You remember this. I mean, for a long time, Pokemon. Oh my gosh, these little demon spirits, and all this type of stuff. So one of those way back when was a troll.
Yeah.
Those little
trolls.
cute little things. They're not souls. They're not demon spirits.
I think the one thing that a lot of people had a problem with is when they were selling them at the very beginning.
Yeah.
It was supposed to rub their head for good luck.
Okay.
So that may be where that came from.
Yeah.
Because that was
We said we're gonna rub head. Oh, that's wrong. That's wrong. What's that? What is that rabbit's foot doing on your keychain? And it's just amazing what they can do. But with the trolls, I remember a troll. Wasn't there one in Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one in that little, there was a troll. Wasn't it a troll?
I don't remember.
Do you remember? Okay. So, this is the very first one. And he was Yondo or whatever, the blue guy,
Yeah.
was Star-Lord's. He had raised him and stuff like this.
Yeah.
But then he was trying to give him that was one of the stones, one of the Infinity Stones, right? And it was in a case. And so he gave it to him, but then all of a sudden he opens it up at the end and poof, there's a little troll that comes out.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you gotta watch it again. It's
I'll be glad to watch it
fun
again.
stuff. But the thing is that as Christians, we want to look for things that we can fight against.
Yeah.
Trust me, in today's day and age, you don't have to look very far.
There are real things.
You
out
don't have to
there.
make stuff up. You don't have to try to pull something. But in a little troll and this type of thing, you know, or Pokemon for that matter. I mean, Pokemon has been with us since my kids were little ones.
Yeah.
Now I'm old. And and I, you know, I didn't see them possessed by demon spirits or anything else like this. So, you know, the thing is, but anyway, it was just kind of interesting how that Christians can vilify things like that.
I think it's just we see things that are different, like when you see magic stuff, and I've had this discussion before years ago.
Magic.
You know, where Harry Potter, you know, I'm a big movie buff. Harry Potter came out. I watched all movies as they came out, and I had people going, they're just trying to teach us about this. And I told someone before, I said, you know, we watched Bewitched when we were growing up. We watched I Dream of Jeannie. We watched Bedknobs and Broomsticks, and I never once thought, boy, I want to be a witch. I want to be a werewolf. I never thought about that. I think that sometimes you can watch things for entertainment's sake and fun. Now, I'm not going to say all of these. I refuse to see any movie that's about a possession. I won't say it.
Well, you mean to tell me you didn't just roll right out to this new Exorcist movie?
No. That's one of them that I skipped and said I don't want to see.
Oh, okay.
I don't care for possession movies. It's just too close, too real.
Yeah.
So but I think with the Trolls, this is a very fun movie.
It's
and
fun,
kid friendly.
Yeah.
Again, there's going to be you'll hear a couple of jokes there, but you know, and it's one character mainly that's making these, and you'll hear these jokes. But adults will get it, but the kids, it'll right over their head.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, good. That's great. And, let me throw a trivia question in about movies, about this year.
Yeah.
What, to date, do you know, is the highest grossing movie that's been out there? Is that out there right now? Or has been out there throughout the year of 2023? Because we're in December. Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you think it's Barbie?
I would guess that, but I don't know. I mean, if it's not first, it'll be first or second.
Yeah.
So, because that kind of rolled like a steamroller out and just beat up the box office.
Okay.
Which surprised me, but not so much. I mean,
Barbie was popular. It was really popular.
But then again, I mean, there's movies like The Sound of Freedom that just rolled. Yeah.
It's kind of like the when Mel Gibson came out with
Passion of the
Christ. Man, it just rolled, and which is good. Thank God that it did, because people needed to become aware.
And a lot of times, the word of mouth movies like that just start picking up steam tend to really make a big difference in the box office. But I don't know if that was enough to cover. I know at one point it hit number 2 in the box office totals. I don't think it never hit number 1.
Over the July 4th holiday, that thing went up there.
It did, absolutely.
Yeah. And so that's good. That's good. Now, and I'd asked you earlier if you went and saw the Marvels.
No.
And they said that did really bad.
I be honest, I would have watched it. It wasn't my on my top list.
Yeah.
But I had plans the night that they did the screening, and so I kind of just bowed out because I didn't want to cancel my plans on some friends of mine.
Yeah.
So and I didn't like the first movie of the Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was lackluster, and they wanted to make her this supreme being that's going to save the world, and they did that in the next, the big conglomeration of the Marvel.
Yeah, we had the Avengers, Endgame, and all that.
But I just didn't think it was that. She wasn't that wow.
Yeah, she didn't bowl you over.
I enjoyed Wonder Woman so much better than this.
Which is amazing because a lot of the DC movies were really
dark. But whenever I saw the one, maybe it could have been nostalgia because of Wonder Woman growing up in the 70s and seeing Wonder Woman, Linda Carter as Wonder Woman. But I thought they did a great job in that first one. Second one, not so much, but the first one I thought they did a great job.
Yeah, that was good. And Gal, how do you say
Gal
her last name?
Gal Gadot. Gadot. I think it's Gadot.
Okay. Yeah, she's good. She's really good. All right, just a little trivia. I just throw some
So
stuff
what's
in
the
there.
answer?
Huh?
So what's the answer
Well, the answer on what?
for the top box office for this year?
The top box office, I believe, was Barbie.
Okay, I kind of
Yeah.
like I said, I
At
was
this
trying to
point,
think if there's one
we
or
don't
two.
know. We haven't been through the holiday season.
There's some good ones coming out at the end of
Yeah.
the year, but I don't know if they have
And-
enough time to be the box office
Yeah,
smashers.
and like I said, I don't know if we mentioned this at the front end. This is a special edition of Real Perspective because we're doing 3 tonight. Excuse me. Because there are so many that are rolling out, so we want to make sure we get at least try to get a good review in on a bunch of these before, because people actually like to go to the holidays. right?
Absolutely.
I mean, Thanksgiving's coming up, brother.
I've known people that do a movie for Thanksgiving night.
Yes.
Then when their family will go to see a movie.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of cool. But yeah, we have a different tradition in our family. So
Okay.
and we do tradition. We do Thanksgiving on Wednesday. So Thursday I could go to the movie.
Yeah, you go all day. All right, we're going to go to number 2.
Number
now.
2. The next one is called Next Goal Wins. It's a smaller movie.
Okay.
It's got Michael Fassbender in it.
Okay.
It's got Elizabeth Moss and Will Arnett. Now, Will Arnett is this is the second guy. It's Saturday Night Live guy. Will Arnett is a Saturday Night Live guy. He's funny. And he's funny.
Oh, this is Taika Waititi. Or
Yes.
Waititi.
So this
Okay.
is a smaller movie. It opens this weekend as well.
Okay.
This is based on a true story. Now, this is a soccer team in American Samoa,
Okay.
and in the day they were known for losing the biggest. It was like the biggest upset. It was like 31-0 in soccer, and that's huge. That's
Okay.
huge.
Okay.
And the goalkeeper just kept missing it. So this is about an American soccer coach, that gets pretty much banished because he doesn't have a good year and a couple of good years. So they banish him out there. Instead of firing him, they send him out to American Samoa, and they do that. Yes.
Okay. Let's watch the
Oh, yes,
we're going, man.
I'm going. I'm
We're going, you know. Okay, let's watch the trailer right here. We'll be right back.
It's known as the beautiful game, but let's face it, it's a complicated game, guys. Soccer, as you like to call it, is like life. Next season, I think we have a real shot.
I'm sorry, Thomas, did nobody tell you? You're fired. Good news is, you got 2 options.
Option 1, that's where you're currently at.
Or,
American Samoa.
Are you serious?
If you're all alone with the pretty birds that flown on the ocean free, take a chance on me.
We haven't scored 1 goal in the history of our country trying to have a soccer team.
go! They scored again. Humiliation.
Mark my words, things are going to change. I got us a new coach.
Something to drink?
Whiskey, beer, wine?
Yep, we got all those. Which one?
Whiskey, beer, and wine. It's safe to say you have 0 talent or understanding of the game.
Something not right about this guy. Well, he is white.
Coach, you got the toughest job on the island.
What we want is just 1 goal. 1 goal.
Come on, guys! We've worked too long and hard for this.
You've only been here a few days.
What the? I can't work with these guys. For them, it's like some sort of game.
It is a game, Thomas.
That's it, Jaya. Leadership. Now we're making some progress.
Dear Lord, thank you for sending us Mr. Ongen. We've become quite attached to him. It's like finding a little lost white kid at the mall and telling him which way to go.
Take a chance on me.
Okay. Well, this looks good. I mean,
I actually enjoyed it. So again, this is the American is. I'll take you back where I started at. The American is just has a bad couple of years. He's begging them, "Hey, let me have another chance." They said, "No, sorry, we'll give you one more chance, but it's American Samoa." And so he goes out there, and basically the owner of the team, and they're all laid back and just having fun, and the owner of the team says, just give me one goal. He said, what? He said, we've never had a goal. Just give me one goal. If you do one goal, you'll be the best coach we ever had.
Okay.
So he goes and works on these people. It's kind of like a Bad News Bears type of thing, or any of those sports movies that that is a feel good, trying to get everything back up and running and make this team a winning team. Okay. This is a true story. This is a true story about a coach that goes out there in American Samoa and teaches these kids how to play the soccer game, or young adults, how to play the soccer game. And it is amazing. It is just such a good story. You actually, towards the end, like all the really wonderful real to life, true to life movies that you see, you'll see the pictures of the actual people that happen. You'll see the stories, like little blurbs of what they're doing and how far they went. But this is just such a good movie. One of the things that I don't care about it is they made it PG-13 because of cussing. I don't get this. They could have had this wonderful PG or maybe G movie.
Yeah.
And they had to throw in a couple
of cussing in.
I don't get that kind of logic, but I'm not making the movies, I just watch them. So, but I think that Michael Fassbender is one of my favorite actors. I really like him.
Now, Fassbender, what is he known?
I could tell you, I've seen a lot of his movies, but I'm not going to be able to tell you what he's been.
X-Men.
But X-Men, yes.
Was he the X-Men? That's what I was wondering about. Okay.
So he's in that one. So, and Elizabeth Moss, of course, I loved her in Invisible Man, the remake of Invisible Man.
Yes.
She's on the series. I can't remember the name of it, but it's about the Handmaid's Tale. She's in there. And of course, Will Arnett is Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Will Arnett is a little bit of the comedy there in that. Yeah. He's not in there very much, but the whole story, teaching these kids, getting to learn lessons, learning how to be one as a team is just fantastic. I recommend this. Now, I don't recommend you take little bitty kids just because of the cussing. I think that it's not like big. I mean, it's PG-13, so they can't really say a whole lot, but they do say a lot of those minor words that we know that are in PG-13 movies. So it's going to be your comfortability. Again, as I always say, how you feel about it. If you don't care for movies that have any cussing in it, wait till it comes on TV and it's censored. That's real. And then there's boxes we talked about before. There's boxes and VCRs, not VCRs.
You mean that service that'll clean them up?
Yeah, they will clean them up and take all the cuss words out, which is really cool.
And then so it takes a 2-hour movie and it moves it down to 15 minutes and you got it wrong. Yeah. Okay.
So I do recommend this movie. Now, I will wait till you ask me the questions to feel like
I'm gonna mess with you. Now, Taika Waititi, he was Thor: Love and Thunder, wasn't he? Yes. He's done some Thor movies. Okay, and that's why I recognize that name. And of course, Fassbender, Michael. He played the younger version of what was the one Magneto.
Magneto, yeah.
In the X-Men. Okay. So if you kind of tie things in here.
Fassbender is one of those people that you go, I know I've seen him in a lot of movies and I love him. I think he's great, but you can't name a lot of his movies that he did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, he started others, but that was kind of the one that I remember.
Yeah.
Okay. So is it the focus mainly on the coach and his transformation?
His problems, the team's problems.
Okay.
And where they have to come together. And so he's got to come in tune with their laid back style, and figure out how to coach them, where he's used to coaching people that in the city and fast paced.
Yeah.
And you see these people, like one of the funniest, funny things was where they'll hear a bell start ringing and they all just sit down and pray. And he's not used to this. He's like, this is practice. We're supposed to be practicing. And it's not till like the second or third one. He's like, okay, what's going on? He said, we pray every time. It's a community prayer. So he's getting used to that. And again, like every wonderful coach movies that tugs at our heart. He starts learning about film and how to teach film and not try to teach it his way.
Do it his way.
Yeah.
He has to transform.
Yeah.
Okay, where was this movie in? I mean, you said America Samoa. When I think of Samoans, I think of Hawaii.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, in fact, they do. And they show where American Samoa is called American Samoa.
Yeah.
And they even make a point. He's going, now we're not Samoa. That's a different place.
Okay.
We're American Samoa.
Okay.
So it's me and geography. I love Trivia Pursuit, but geography my weak point. But yeah.
Okay. Now, so wokeism.
So there is a little bit. Now, watching the movie, I knew nothing about this coach. I knew nothing about this story when I walked in.
Yeah.
And so when I'm watching, I was so irritated and wanted to talk to you about it whenever I'm first starting it, because one of the characters is a guy that transitioned to a woman, female. And I was like, they have to put this in? Do they have to? Why do they have to put it in everything? However, in watching the after thing where you show all the pictures, this was true. It was a guy, and it was one of the first
transgender player ever to compete in the world.
Exactly. So I thought, okay, well, they didn't just happen to put it in there. This was a true story. So, myself, I don't have a problem with that if it's a true story. I just always get irritated when you have to put something in there. When they're just creating a character that is there just to have that check the box type of thing. In this case,
they checked the box.
They checked the box, but it was a real box. It wasn't like going, we have to have this.
Yeah.
To make the.
Well, this person was a World Cup player.
Yeah.
Now.
But they tell you about this, but this is what he went through with transitioning happened in American Samoa. And it was a soccer player in their team. So that was, and went on to play in the Biggies. This was, I mean, it's funny how your perspective changes after you see some of the things. So you go to the end of it, you see the real story, and you see all the blurbs there, and you're going, okay, that's why they did it. And so I'm okay with that as long as they're not trying to force an agenda. This was something that was real. So I don't consider that forcing an agenda. I mean, if they were really going to be hiding it.
Were they preaching it in the show?
It was a significant part because he had to learn because he kept calling the person by a male name, and then he would get mad, and then like at one point he shoved him against the wall. The transgender shoved him against the wall. So he had to learn that that's who that was.
So
So they did that. But that actually happened during the whole thing when researching it after the movie. All of that stuff did actually happen. So they didn't just put it in there to preach. So
the thing is that it became a plot within the storyline.
But it was, it did because that really happened that way.
Okay.
So they didn't write that in to push it.
Well, it really happened. Okay, no,
it really happened.
That's fine.
If they cut it out, it wouldn't have been true. And it's just kind of like saying, and this is just me being this way. It's just like if they were going to say, write a story about me and you, and they didn't make you married, and that wouldn't be true to life. Yeah. And it's part of who you are. Now, if they created you as a character and then made you not be married for and then do that's creating that story. Yeah. But if they were going to tell the story about you, they're going to make you married. It doesn't mean that they were trying to do that as a focal point. That's the only way that I'm trying to get a little bit.
When you're saying that he literally had to go to the coach, trying to force him to understand that he's transgender.
No, he didn't. It was just kind of like a moment where Fassbender yelled at him, and that he had already been told, "Don't call him that." Okay. And so when he did that, then he just wrestled him against the wall, and then that was just the end of that scene, and he left. Okay. It was more of just there is that part where it's saying, I've got it. I'm going to address you like this. I don't see that as a woke just because it was actually what happened. Now, if they put that in there and I found out later that character wasn't real, it was just a written
in.
I would have been irritated.
It wouldn't have been genuine.
I think that's the difference for me.
Okay.
I get so tired of like you watch you and I've talked about it before. You have these superhero shows on, well, not anymore because
I'm glad that you're bringing that up.
WB.
Yes. No, CW.
CW, yes.
And
it was like
Supergirl.
Supergirl was on NBC or something, or ABC, I don't know which one. And then they canceled it and
brought it over to CW and let the fun begin.
And then all of a sudden they started making characters that were already straight gay.
Yeah. They had to start riddling the show with all of it. And the one that they had to play a transgender superhero female. She was a female. And was actually literally did go through the transition.
Yeah.
This was reality before and all that. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to a movie, for me, it's okay. Who's acting in there? Well, they're gay. Well, are they bringing it out? Is this a big major story point in this movie? Yeah. Well, no. I mean, well then fine. Just move on. What are you going to do? And I think this is a very good subject, Russell, because Christians have a tendency, will have a tendency to say, that guy's transgender. I'm not going to see that.
Yeah. Well, I kind of equated. There were two comedies, roughly around the same time. One was The Ellen Show.
Yes, The Ellen Show.
And then the other one was Will and Grace.
Yes.
So when you saw Will and Grace, you knew what you were getting. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was right there in the description, in the thing. You could decide not to watch it, to watch it. That's your choice. You knew that this was a story about a straight girl, a woman, and a gay guy that were roommates. You knew that that was going to be part of the focal point.
Yeah.
Ellen, on the other hand, was just this comedy about a woman and her friends. And it was a funny comedy. It was like huge. That year that it came out, that joke there upon, that year that it debuted was huge. And then the second year, I think it was the second year, she decided her character was going to come out. And then nobody cared about that. But then the writing became, here's what happened here. Here's what happened because I came out. Here's what, I'm going to help this person come out. I'm going to do this. Everything changed. And it became not funny.
Yeah. It becomes preachy. It's right in your face, shoving it into your face. You have to accept, you have to affirm.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when that does that, that's when frankly, and I will guarantee you, because there are several of the CW superhero shows.
Yeah.
Why there is no more superhero shows in CW.
They're gone. Yeah.
Because what this is what ends up doing. They poison the thing. Now it's what if they I don't want to know. I don't care.
It doesn't.
It doesn't fit the story.
Yeah, exactly.
I wasn't singing that in the comic books when I was reading them. And so, but anyway, yeah. And so here we have it. Okay, and yes, there is a transgender, actually World Cup, which is amazing. Yeah. I mean, that they brought that in. But the premise this is in Wikipedia.
Yeah,
that's right up there, man. Yeah, we got to push it up. But anyway, the thing here is, and yes, if that happened as an actual historical fact that they had that confrontation, bring it out. Okay, that's fine.
That's the whole thing. That's history. I don't condone hiding history to make any kind of point.
But if they made it, if it all focused on this Jaya Say, I can't say the name, Sai Lua, and it was all about this individual's struggle within this about being a transgender and all that. That wasn't the movie.
It never does that. The only thing that they focus on him and her is that moment that they fought and whether Jaya was going to play or not. Because then she would just storm off and he would say, "Hey, we need you. You're the best player," which obviously she was because she went on to go one more.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem with that because it was reality. So
Okay.
you know, if they had tried to pull one over on us, and then I found that out, I would have been upset. But on that one, I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Good discussion about that, because we need to.
Absolutely.
These are things, because Christians are, I don't know, you know. And okay, I understand. You know, let me just throw this out at you. I am a little leery about the new Doctor Who that's coming out.
Now I'm way over my head on that because
Okay, and I know
even
because
about
the Doctor Who on TV, Doctor Who has been since 1963 a movie or a science fiction show from Britain that has played for all this time. The guy who's actually now helming it again, Russell Davies, he's queer, he's you know, gay or whatever, he brought it back in 2005. He wasn't preachy or was, you know, of course there was every once in a while you saw this or this, but nothing like that, and it was good. It was good all the way through. But recently, in past seasons, what they did is they wanted to, all of a sudden, the Doctor, who's been a man all the way since 1963, now transforms or regenerates into a woman.
Yeah.
Okay. Not only does that, but then one of the companions has a crush on her, and it's a female. You know, then we're over here going, man, you know. But then when he's coming aboard here, the question now, and then we talked about the transgender, right? So now one of the actresses, I guess, or what they call the actress, whatever, is a transgender that's playing the daughter of one of the Donna Noble or whatever like that. Now the thing is, let's just put what's that term the jury's still out on this, whether I'm going to continue to watch this.
Yeah.
Because if it's going to be preachy, if it's going to take the CW train, I'm not going to watch it.
I think that's the main thing. You know, I always tell people this as well. You know, for years, for decades, we've had trans men going into women's restrooms.
Yeah.
They went in. It was not a big deal until they made it. This is our right, and trying to get all this in there. I think that was where because to
political.
Me, as I talked on the radio with somebody before, and I said, you know, it's not the trans people that you have to worry about. To me, it's the pedophiles that will use any excuse to get into where they.
And we've had stories.
Yeah,
we've had stories. The guy gets in there and he actually rapes somebody.
Yeah.
They put him in a prison and say, "Oh, I'm a transgender.
Yeah.
Put me in the female." He rapes them in there.
Absolutely.
Well, what's going on?
So that's where I think a lot of this is people, if they just. I think we're just such a divided country now that we try to look for anything to divide us.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
okay, I tell you what. I know we went on that, but you see, it's good discussion.
It is
because you know, how do Christians handle movies like that?
And that's it.
You know, and how do their shows or whatever. Now that we're in the age that we're in,
and I'm at the point right now where it doesn't bother me that somebody is in a movie that's either trans or gay or anything like that. I think the important thing, does it take away from the story? And it's just all about that. With Ellen, it became all about her being out and helping other people get out, and the feedback of her getting out, coming out, and the comedy lacked. That was the reason I watched it, because it was funny. And so I think, to me, when I see a movie like this, like I said, my thought changed, because at the beginning, when they first showed her, I was like, oh, do they have to do this every movie? I thought this was, you know. And then when I saw the end, I'm going, oh, it's real. That part was real. Like I said, I went in not knowing anything about it. I try not to go. I don't want to go in knowing the outcome of, unless I really know the story already. Like the guy from I can't remember his name, the football from Notre Dame. I knew the outcome of that one. I knew Rudy. And I knew that one. I knew the story of that. So, and then, you know, but if I try to go, if it's a real story, I try not to look at too much research because I don't want to know what really happened. Because I want to get caught up in
you want to be able
victory
to,
that downfall.
Oh, of course.
So,
I want to enjoy the. Okay, I think we've gotten that one good. And number three, we're coming at you now, which we're going to end this. The third one is, which I think is amazing, and it's Christian type movie. I don't know what it's called.
Called Journey to Bethlehem.
Oh, Journey to Bethlehem. Talking about the Christmas story. We're gonna. Here comes the trailer. Watch it, and we'll be back in a minute.
Your father has always known you are special. Nothing will change that, Mary.
Tell Mary we are ready. The music, play!
Mary, you're getting married. It's about to be the best day of your life.
Joseph, I feel like we're already friends, no?
Mary, 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 there's something you do. Dreams are coming true.
Harry, God has chosen you to have a son, the King of all kings.
This wasn't a dream. An angel came to me. It's hard to have faith.
It's hard to believe.
Look at the star!
Future holds more.
This is it! Let's go!
There are too many questions, too little time.
A divine king is to be born in your land.
It's a mountain too high to climb.
Why would I help find a new king in my kingdom? Well, when you put it that way.
Perhaps we should go.
What is the exit?
It's good to be king. Everyone wants my crown. I won the mother found. Don't have to be good. Those men are looking for you.
Herod must know of the prophecy. He wants my child. Joseph! I'm not the only one who's chosen for this. You have a choice. You can say you believe me, and that you love me. Will you still marry me, Joseph?
I do. I will. Yes, of course, yes.
You truly believe that this child is the chosen one? What is his name?
Jesus. I think even Fig is beginning to tolerate you.
Stop. Stop.
Okay. I think this is a Christian musical?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Go
ahead.
I've been excited about this since I first saw that it was coming out. One of the reasons I knew about it coming out is because we went to go see it for King and Country in concert here a few months ago, several months ago, and one of the actor or one of the singers for King and Country is Joel Smallbone. He's in the movie, and they showed like a scene from it at the concert. I was like, oh yeah,
was that Lecrae?
Huh?
Lecrae?
He actually.
What's his name?
I can't remember his name. He's got but it's Joel Smallbone, the Smallbone.
Smallbone.
But
Joel
it's not.
Smallbone.
I can't ever remember how to pronounce it.
But you know, Lecrae is another Christian.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
So, but this one has Antonio Banderas,
Okay.
which is King Herod, which he does a great job.
Okay.
Some people thought he stole the show. I just thought it was such a great blend of everybody coming together. You have Milo Manheim, who is Joseph, and you have Fiona Paloma, which is Mary.
Okay.
I think this, if I knew the songs when I went in there to watch the movie, I would have been singing. I would have been singing out loud. I just thought it was such a fun movie. At first I thought, oh, it's interesting. A musical about the birth of Christ.
Yes.
And I thought, This could be bad. It could be really good.
Mm-hmm.
It is really good. It's fun. They do say at the beginning and at the end, they've taken some creative licenses. So, we don't know what, all the conversations that Mary and Joseph had. We don't know the conversations that, what Joseph thought about, with his parents.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know a lot of that. So they put some creative licenses to put a little bit of drama and everything in there. Because you kind of think about that, and I was thinking it's probably natural. I mean, you're in Joseph's place, and you're not going to sit over there and go, even when the angel came, even before the angel came, you're going to be doubting everything.
Yeah.
And when the angel came, do you really, how are you going to receive this? Yeah, I want to marry this woman that's already pregnant, but what is everybody going to think?
Yeah.
You don't think about, you have to kind of think about what their conversations were, privately with their family and all this stuff.
Sure.
So I think they did a little bit, like the three wise men. They had some fun with the three wise men on there. Mm-hmm. And I thought that's a lot of the comedic part in there. Yeah. It's funny, it's fun, but then it is so cool as they get to the birth of Christ. This is just, hands down, one of my favorite movies I've seen in a while. I loved it. I love the fun part of it. I love the comedy a little bit in there. And then I love anything that I can find out, anything I can watch about the birth of Christ that is accurate and shows you that, I think it's fantastic. And this will reach a wider audience. I know that maybe non-Christians will go see it because it's Christmas time, and they may go see it. And people that don't know about the birth of Christ may go see it because it's a musical and it's fun. And so I'm hoping that this reaches a really big audience.
Yeah.
But it's a fun movie.
It looks really good.
And good for whole family. Yeah. Everybody can go see it.
Okay, all right. Yeah, finally. And, other than the other one, we've just got them going back and forth on. But so you say that they took a little creative license. Did they change the outcome of the story?
No, they did not. They didn't make them in a nice hotel or anything. It was just they were still in the barn type of thing, in the manger. It really stuck to a lot of that. It's like I said, I think a lot of this creative license they talked about was, and they talk about it. You hear them at the end talk about the creative license they took, and they also kind of encourage you, if you really love the movie, bless other people by buying tickets for them.
Nice, something like they did with the Sound of Freedom.
I think that's such a wonderful thing, and I think this is a trend that I'm seeing in Christian movies. That they're going, hey, help people along, because there's people out there that can't afford it.
They can't afford it. Well, now think about it. What is the average cost for one person to go to the movie house today?
Well, if you take just a ticket, probably around here, $12 to $15.
$12 to $15, okay.
Yeah.
Now you want some popcorn.
Yep. I will tell you this.
You want a drink.
Popcorn, drink. My wife and I will share a popcorn and a drink. We usually just kind of get one of each and share. And that's usually about $20 to $30.
Now, if you have kids, and do they have those little wacky
They have a little
packs?
backpack,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have maybe a piece of candy, some popcorn, a little drink for them, maybe even a toy.
I think if I remember right, I think that was like $7. We buy it for my grandson when we took him to the kids' movies.
Okay.
I think it was like $7.99, something like that, $6.99.
I remember when I brought the kids, they'd get one of those little packages, But then, it would cost us, okay. So then he went to Flick's Brew House. Now, understand, I wasn't drinking beer. Okay, I wasn't drinking. But we went to the place because they had food there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could get food.
Yeah.
While you're eating. Anyway.
Well, the Alamo.
Yeah.
I know maybe other people out there don't know what the Alamo is.
Yeah.
The Alamo was the first theater around that actually combined a restaurant with a theater. Most theaters you get popcorn, stuff like this. You get actual burgers and stuff like that. And they've been around for quite a few years in the Austin area here. And I remember it's like when we do screenings, we'll go to Alamo for that, for a lot of the screenings. And we get to, that's where because we're going at 7 o'clock at night. Mm-hmm. So it's either eat really early or you get home, you eat really late. If you go to Alamo, you can eat while you're watching the movie.
Well, yeah, my wife and I, we would probably go there and just have dinner.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we did.
Like,
So this was...
If we could ever agree on a
Well, this one, I bet y'all would agree on this.
Oh, I'm sure we would.
I think
I'm
y'all
sure.
would love it.
I'm looking, Russell, at a track list of the music.
Yeah.
O Come, O Come, Emmanuel, Christmas stuff. Journey to Bethlehem. Mary's getting married.
Yeah.
Good to be. Do they have a Mary's marriage?
Yeah. So basically, what they do, because they're showing that they're an arranged marriage type of thing.
Okay.
And so the Mary's getting married was her two girlfriends. And they're over there. She's going, I don't want to do this. I want to marry for love. And then they're singing the song. It's a fun, like I said, they took creative license on something.
Is it like Mamma Mia?
Not quite, but yeah. I think it's just a fun movie. It really is, and the songs are upbeat and fun. Then some of the songs are somber where they need to be somber. Antonio Banderas, I will say, was just such a great choice
Good
for
to
King
be
Herod.
king.
Yeah, it almost sounds like Lion King, but he is. He actually does a pretty good job on singing.
All right, yeah.
His voice is not terrific, but he does a really decent job at singing.
Yeah.
He does a great job of being King Herod. He captures that moment really well. The three wise men, I think, are just hilarious because it was just so one of the funny things that I thought, because growing up, I knew what frankincense was. I knew what gold was.
Okay.
I never knew what myrrh was.
Myrrh,
It was like, and they make fun of that. They talk about that. Go, myrrh? What do you mean myrrh? What do you got myrrh for? It's just kind of like, they kind of poke fun at that. But the three wise men are
The
hilarious.
Three Wise Guys.
Yeah, the three wise guys. It's just like I said, it's just a fun movie, and it's not. If I know for people that are Christians, you're going to go, it's just sacrilegious. I know we talked about, I know people talk about like Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yes.
Big musical.
Well, yeah, and when you think of it, you had Jesus Christ Superstar, but you also had Godspell.
Godspell, yep.
Back in the day.
Yep.
Go ahead.
But those were all, and I think a lot of people felt like those were a little bit sacrilegious. I don't think this one is at all. I think what they do, they just tend to fill in these gaps that we don't know about through the Bible. So you see some of the conversations that we kind of want to imagine maybe have happened. The three wise guys, the three wise men, their conversations were a little funny, but they were also serious at the same time because they were going to look for Christ, the baby. And so it's one of those things that just, you kind of forgive that part because it's just fun. And it's just those fill in the gap type of thing. And they are straightforward. I like the very beginning because we always say, if it says this is a true story, they're going to be 100% true all the way through, and they're going to give you the facts. But if they say this was based on a true story, then there's going to be some stuff in there that's not real, that's not true. But they said at the very beginning, this was based on a true story, and they talk about creative license. They talk
creative
about
license and all
because they did some things in there. They had the conversations again like that. So I thought that was pretty. Or they have like the angel coming down and practicing his line, what he's going to tell Mary. So it's just fun. It's just a fun movie.
All right. So this is a warning. Do not go to Journey to Bethlehem and instead of reading your Bible. And do not take Journey to Bethlehem as pure doctrine and say, well, didn't this happen? Or didn't this happen in Scripture? People do this.
Yeah.
And we don't want, this is, like you said, creative license, but I tell you what, I'd rather see something like this and have some good music and some flavor than most of a lot of the slop that comes out of the other places. So anyway.
And I was actually hoping that Joel Smallbone had for King and Country, I had thought that maybe he had a hand in writing the songs and doing that, but he didn't. He was an actor, and they had hired him because he's done a couple other movies too. And in fact, one of the movies that I'm excited about seeing soon that is about for King and Country guys. It's about their mom, and it's a true story about their mom and all the things that she went through when they moved over here from another country. Their story is incredible. They're just, if you've never had a chance to watch For King and Country in concert, I implore you to go see them. They're a lot of fun. They're wonderful. It's kind of their concert is fantastic. If you want a taste of what some of the stuff is like, Google them, the For King and Country, Little Drummer Boy. It will blow your mind how they took that song and because I'm a big drum fan. You know, I loved Genesis and you know, back when Phil Collins took over because it became heavy in drums.
Yeah.
And so I love drums. So whenever I saw that, the first time I saw it was like watching a country music Christmas special.
Okay.
And Dolly Parton came out and introduced these guys. I was blown away. They just did this huge Little Drummer Boy song and just using all these different drums and everything.
Yeah.
It was just awesome. So look that up, and then you'll know who For King and Country is. But Joel Smallbone, who's in here.
You know, he is the younger brother of Christian artist Rebecca St. James.
Yes, yeah, and they actually have a song together. The For King and Country and Rebecca sing a song together.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, and she's a good excuse me, Christian singer.
Yeah, they all have a wonderful story about what happened with them. Like I said, I think if you don't know who they are, go look them up. Look at their story. They tell it. It's wonderful. Their concert is a mixture of a concert and a way to help people because they were helped, and so they do these adopted child type of thing. And do that.
Nice.
Yeah. So you can go do it. Do that, and sponsor one rather, not adopt one, but sponsor one. And they do all of this, and because of what. And one of the things they said is that when they got here in America, and they were at their lowest because they got here and their dad was promised a job. Yeah, from Australia. Their dad was promised a job, and then the job fell through. So they came into a new country, dragging, I don't remember, there were 6 kids or 7 kids at that point. They have a lot of kids in their family.
Yeah.
And they drugged the kids all the way to America, and everything fell out from under. And they said the first thing they found out is how Christians are in America is that this guy came over, taught them about Thanksgiving, and so had them come over for Thanksgiving, and he said, you know what? God's leading me to do this, and he gave them his car. They didn't have a car. They came over here, flew over here, and they just didn't have anything. Or I think they could be that their car just was gone.
Sure.
I don't remember the story, that part of it now. But anyway, then they said a few days later, they're still trying to figure out how to pay for groceries while the dad's still looking for a job. And a day later, there's bags of groceries on the front porch. And so they realized, how wonderful. So they spent a lot of their lives giving back. Anyway, that's a different story. And we're going to have, as soon as this, the biography of their mom comes out.
Yes.
I'm going to be doing that, and we're going to present that here too.
Oh, okay.
I'm a huge. This is just they're just so awesome. So anyway, so what I'm saying is for Journey to Bethlehem, go see it. Mm-hmm. Take your family to see it. If you want to go to take your church to go see it, just take as many people as you can and just go have fun. I always tell people that it's you don't have to be serious all the time being a Christian. God created humor as well.
Yeah.
And he created
it's one thing if they started messing with like I said, messing with the outcome of the story or start really twisting it up. Yeah. Now, I always, every once in a while, I look at the critical response. Okay. Now, what you have here is 76% of 17 critics' reviews are positive. Okay. With an average rating of 6.6 out of 10.
Yeah.
That's that Rotten Tomatoes thing.
Yeah.
Which is just amazing. Rotten Tomatoes. Anyway, audiences polled by CinemaScore gave the film an average grade of A- in an A+ to F scale.
Yeah.
With 81% positive score.
Yeah. So I always look at Rotten Tomatoes as this. There's 2 different ways of looking at it. And I know I'm a critic. Okay. But I will say that I'm a different kind of critic. I truly want to be entertained.
Sure.
I go look at movies. I don't need to have a message. I don't need to have some hidden agenda. I don't need to have all of that. I watch a movie and say, does this entertain me?
Yeah.
If it entertains me and it doesn't try to shove something in my face, then it's good for me. And even as a Christian movie, I look at this as a Christian movie. Does it shove Christianity down your face? Of course, it's going to tell you what
it's a story about Jesus.
So but it doesn't go out there and say you have to be a Christian. You're going to go to hell. You're going to go to hell. It doesn't do that. It just tells you this story and invites you to come along for the ride. And I like that. Now it's not preachy. It's just a story about Jesus, and it's really great. I'm a different kind of critic. I go in there and I watch a movie and I grade that on what normal people, us people, would like.
Exactly.
A lot of my fellow critics are looking at angles, looking at what this is, what this is like.
Does it check all the boxes?
Their little story that when they did college and they had to make these college films. So I look at like Rotten Tomatoes. You have, and if you'll always see this, you'll see critics score and you'll see the people score, regular people score. Mm-hmm. And usually the regular people score is a lot higher.
And the regular people will do that. And that's what they did with, we talked about the Passion of the Christ.
Exactly.
It wasn't the critics out there going, oh man, and but the people are what drive that movie to success.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is the same thing with anything. They're gonna be a lot of critics take that critic part a little bit too seriously. You don't have to be critical of every movie, and you can sit there and enjoy a movie, and there's movies that I've said, okay, I go in, I'm gonna look. I love Airplane. Okay, I love Airplane.
That movie, Airplane. Oh,
it's a comedy, but it's not. It's not. You go in there and you know what you're getting. You know you're getting this comedy. You know you're getting.
Who was the actor?
Leslie Nielsen.
Oh my gosh, that is one funny guy. Was one funny guy.
Yeah, was. So you know what you're getting. However, if you go in and you're looking at a story like I'm trying to think of some of the later stories that I can't think of any of them right now, right off the top of my head, where you know that the main character has a disease that's going to die. Those are things that you know that's what you're getting. Brian's song. Oh my goodness. So those are the things that you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to hit a 9.8 or 10 points to know you just want to go in and see this comedy that puns and just jokes like this because it's just fun. And it doesn't have to score high on my, did they do this, or does the cinematography on comedies? I don't care about cinematography. On most movies, a lot of movies, I will care about the cinematography and see how they film it. But whenever I'm going to see a comedy, I'm seeing it because I want to be laughing. I don't care what the cinematography is like.
Yeah.
I want to see the comedy.
Yeah.
So that's my take on Rotten Tomatoes. It's you can see two different stories, and you'll see how most of the people in this world that go see movies are movie lovers.
How many movies when we were growing up or younger, shall we say, like in the 80s?
Yeah.
They'd look at all these movies that became classics.
Yeah.
That they just throttled.
Absolutely.
And it's just that's what I'm saying is that don't trust every critic. But I know we're reviewing. You can trust us. We're trying to bring stuff out and actually dig in and kind of give you the real story of what's happening here. And like that second one, we're going to talk about it. They got a transgender. Okay, well, there you go.
But you go in knowing that. I didn't go in knowing that. No. So I'm a critic. I don't want to know that. But you go in knowing that there's going to be one, but it's a true story.
Yeah.
So
So okay, Journey to Bethlehem.
Absolutely awesome movie. Absolutely. If
Trolls.
I attend Trolls, thumbs up for
Thumbs
family.
up.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Next Goal Wins. Kind of a sideways thumbs. I love it, but you have to decide how you feel about it. One of the things that really bothered me about it is the cussing in it. It should have been a PG movie, and they put the cussing in there to make it a PG-13, and I didn't care for that. That's my only complaint about that. Now, like I said, I did complain in the middle of my watching it, my viewing of the movie, because of that one character. But at the end, my mind changed because of knowing that it was actually in the real.
It was an actual occurrence. It wasn't trying to
Yeah.
throttle something in there to check a box. Like the Grammys, or not Grammys, no, this is the Oscars.
Yeah.
Want you to do these days. All right, well, Russell, this is great. Three good movies to think about and that are out there coming up. I know Journey to Bethlehem has already been out there.
It's been out for about a
I'm
week.
looking at it. Went along. Yeah. It's competed with the Marvels.
Yeah.
Anyway, and looks like it came out and did 1 million or so or whatever. So it's coming up.
I think closer to Christmas, I think it'll get more traction because of being.
2.4 million, finishing in 7th.
Yeah.
But then again, this is a Christian movie, and the budget was $6 million.
Yeah.
Wasn't how many millions the Marvels did.
No, but
they're gonna be crying the blues on that one too.
Yeah.
So anyway, but okay, Russell, thank you for those reviews. We appreciate it, and we'll be back at you probably within the next couple of weeks.
Absolutely.
With a new one, and we're going to do some more movies as we're coming into this holiday season. And anyway, but y'all take care. Go see a good movie, and we'll talk at you next time. Have a great week or two, and we'll see you again on Real Perspective.